Hey everybody, what's up? So I wanted to make this video because a friend of mine, MC, was talking to me about because I wanted to buy a digital version of the game, and they're like, no, buy you know, the physical copy because it would have resale value. I don't really resell stuff. I've gotten rid of some of comic books and books, but overall, it's kind of like, but why should I not get digital copies? Well, digital can actually be hard to find with certain things. For example, if I wanted to buy a particular movie, you know, watch one, I may have a really hard time finding a streaming service that has it. For example, here on YouTube, uh, they showed the Devo video for Working Man Blues, I believe it is, or Working Man, and I was able to find an all region copy, a Blu-ray copy, which I'm thinking is just a rip. I could be wrong based off of how everything looks, but you know, looks like it's not for resale, actually. I don't know. And never mind, I was wrong. But, um, I want to watch it. Find a good price American copy, or all, whatever, apparently, all region copy that I can watch and enjoy if the power, sorry, if not the power, the internet goes down. I'm watching it. Like, for example, certain places, you can rent a movie, but once you rent it and you start watching it, you only have 24 hours. Let's say the internet goes down for 2 days. I'm SOL. I'm out that money unless they're understandable. I can say, hey, this one out. I don't know how often that excuse gets used, so obviously I don't want to use that. I can't find Working Man Blues on Prime. In fact, I can't find it. No, sorry, Working Man's Blues, even Highway. If you have a console that requires internet connection to update and do everything else, allow for you to sign in. If you have no internet, you may have problems. That's why I'm thankful that I have, like, for example, my GBA. If the internet goes down, I don't have to worry about updates, software checks, whatever. I can just play it. That reminds me, I need to get a memory card for my 3DS, my 2DS, I mean. Got a game that I need to download. Even like with UMDs, for example, if for the PSP, there's like one that I really want to update to a physical, better copy for. I was going to say physical, but I meant like DVD, Blu-ray. Um, Even like books, you know, I'll give an example of something. Years ago, I lived in a town, a rural area of a town. Internet went down for a week. Actually, power did in general. What am I saying? Uh, we didn't have power for about a week. Thankfully, we had gas and or we could use the stove in that. We also knew someone who worked at school, so we were able to use the facilities there, like laundry and that. Um, but it was just one of those things. We were last to get our power back because of the fact that they were trying for town, certain rural areas for the transformers. We had one of our power lines was on, part of it was on fire, which was really weird to see because it's just like a freak ice storm. And it was just one of those weird things. Um, Thankfully, I had, my physical books that I could read, and it was just weird. You couldn't turn on the computer for basic stuff because no power. But yeah, I was like thankful that I had those. Yeah, I could take my GBA to work, charge it. You buy batteries for, GBA as well for the advance. So be able to play that. But it all makes you think. Back then we didn't have smartphones that you could just download a book to or whatever. You just couldn't download a movie to it either and watch. That's a pain in the butt. Tablets weren't that big of a thing, and you had very limited memory, so even then, you'd been SOL. So it's really pushed me to really get more and more physical stuff. I admit I have bought a couple digital movies on my Vita as well as my PSP and a couple from Amazon, but those were all sales. I don't know. It's just one of those things, I've been thinking about because we're at a point where everything's so digital, and like you know, uh, but stuff is getting being get rid of. There's movies I like that were on Netflix. I have Paramount Plus, which has some movies I'm going to be watching soon. Hulu has some TV shows. You have all these streaming services, but there's still a lot of limits. So it is kind of a pain in the butt. Plus, think about how much you could pay for a movie you're going to watch over and over, or a stack of movies compared to what you're paying a year for this stuff. Like, I'm going to be getting Amazon Prime at some point for just like a couple months because Kids in the Hall are going to have new episodes on it, so I really want to watch those. But it's kind of pointless. I have stacks of books because I was able to get them on sale versus with Kindle, I can't, and I can get rid of them. Donate them to a library or whatever. There are a lot of places, that have take a book, leave a book, and you see those getting used all the time. Overall, though, and there are a lot of people that don't, have smartphones. They don't have e-readers, whatever, for whatever reasons, because they might live in an area where electronics, don't work the best. There are actually electronic dead zones. So for those people that have like physical books and that's easier for them to have access to. Yeah, there are people that actually have. I don't know how it works. They have like an electromagnetic um, allergy or something like that, or like even Wi-Fi can make them sick. So these people move to these dead zones. Overall, though, you got to look at a lot of different factors. If I can pay $4 for a book that might be on Amazon for like 15, 16 bucks, that's one of those things. The other thing is because Hulu and Showtime, they're combined, are going to be showing a TV show called The Man Who Fell to Earth, which is based off of an older movie and an older TV show. The cost of the books have skyrocketed. I ended up buying a copy on Amazon because I couldn't see paying the prices on eBay. Um, so yeah, it's one of those ridiculous things where we have to think about that. I wish I'd gotten the original movie before this. I thought about it several times. I was like, nah, I got two movies. But now the prices skyrocketed. So prices will drop after Showtime gets done with their thing. A lot of people done watching the original and comparing it to the new TV show. It is what it is. So that's it. I'll talk to y'all later. Take care. Let me know what you think below.